Hello everybody, Jason Basin here, back in the house, and today you get part 6 of a voice for vinyl. The bad little kiddies are going back to school here in Belgium. The 1st of September is already behind us, so they can learn how to behave. Today we're gonna see the records of the end of the 60s out of my collection, the best ones, and also from the early 70s. I can already tell you that the next time in A Voice for Vinyl we're gonna watch my punky records, punk records, my best rock records, also a little bit hard rock records. You gonna see it the next time in part 7 of A Voice for Vinyl. So then we are going to open the show here, and that's with Pink Floyd. Pink Floyd, their first album, very psychedelic. The Piper at the Gates of Dawn, featuring of course Syd Barrett. Syd Barrett, who after this record and certainly after the second record of Pink Floyd would leave the band, and afterwards he would die sadly. Syd Barrett took the lead guitar and vocals on this record, Roger Waters bass guitar and vocals, Rick Wright organ, piano, and Nicky Mason drums. That is the original lineup of Pink Floyd. On this album, Lucifer Sam, a song of Syd Barrett. It's a record that was made in 1967, the day of my birth. Then we have the second album here from Pink Floyd. Very nice, very psychedelic. In the middle somewhere there you have them. They are in a little boat or something like that on a lake. The people of Pink Floyd, a saucer full of secrets, with a very strong song, the first one, Let There Be More Light. On this album also a song of Syd Barrett, Drug Band Blues. Then we gonna shine a light on this group, fantastic group, Cream, I Feel Free, the album featuring of course the one and only Eric Clapton. On this album also the song Sunshine of Your Love. Then we have a live album here from Cream, Volume 2. And that's with it's a mini album with 6 songs. They also do Sunshine of Your Love, Tales of Brave Ulysses, White Room, Politician, Deserted Cities of the Heart, and Stepping Out. Yeah, I can tell you that Cream, that are Eric Clapton on vocals and guitar, Jack Bruce vocals, bass and harmonica, and Ginger Baker on drums. Here the legendary album of Cream, Disraeli Gears, real artwork, the cover. Also records made in 1967, the day of my birth. It was a terrific year, 1967. We stay in the psychedelic artwork with this record, Just a Poke, and that's from the group Sweet Smoke. Really nice art. On the back we have a photograph of the group, and they play only 2 songs, Silly Sally and Baby Nights, but they hold the face of the records. So you have about 30 minutes of music, I guess, with this Sweet Smoke and Just a Poke. Then I have the nice compilation Stone Story. This was the first one, with music from the beginning of the 60s till the end of the 60s. The second album is the best one, where we have the big hits on it, Sympathy for the Devil and so on. Here we have nice booklets, and we have Mick Jagger. Here some pictures of their concerts in Holland that went a little bit too wild. Here Mick Jagger live in action. We have lyrics. We have here another picture here of the members of the Rolling Stones, and a nice picture at the back. So I said the second record is the best one, with Honky Tonk Women, Sympathy for the Devil, Street Fighting Man, Midnight Rambler, Gimme Shelter. Really nice music from the Rolling Stones. This is another one from the Rolling Stones. It was released in 1971. On the first side we have studio versions, and on the B-sides we have 6 live tracks never before released in the UK. Under My Thumb, Time Is on My Side, I've Been Loving You Too Long, Fortune Teller, Lady Jane, and I Can Get No Satisfaction, live recorded at the Royal Albert Hall. It was a record released on Decca Records, the Rolling Stones. Then we have here also a legendary group, one of my favorite bands of all times, Iron Butterfly, Inagada da Vida, on Atco, Inagada da Vida. And I read about Iron Butterfly, that name, they wanted to be hard but also soft. So they searched for the right words, and they came upon Iron Butterfly. That's indeed something hard and something soft. And then we have the legendary live album from Iron Butterfly. This is not an original cover. This was already a cover that's made afterwards. This one was on Atlantic, but the music is of course the same than on the original album. One of the best live albums I ever heard. You get 6 songs, of course, Inagada da Vida, and the only song they play from that album, Inagada da Vida, is Are You Happy, the 5th song on the first side, Iron Butterfly. And I see here Inagada da Vida up until now. In the meantime, it has sold over 5 million copies. So today maybe that can be already 10 million copies that are already sold from their song Inagada da Vida. Then I have here also a legendary album, and that's The Velvet Underground and White Light, White Heat. This is the back side. There we have in the corner Lou Reed in his younger days. We have here Sterling Morrison, and we have John Cale over there. The person here, that's Mo Tucker on drums. It was released in 1968. Of course, White Light, White Heat, The Gifts, Ladies Godiva's Operation, Here She Comes Now, I Heard Her Call My Name, and Sister Ray. Sister Ray, that would be covered by Joy Division in the 80s. And then I close part 1 of this part 6 with this album. This is Electric Ladyland of the Jimi Hendrix Experience. This is the forbidden version. It was forbidden in England. On the cover you have all the ladies with no clothes on. I respect a little bit policy of YouTube, so I don't show it to you. I only show the inner slave. There we have a nice picture of the master himself, Jimi Hendrix, and we have the other two members of the Jimi Hendrix Experience there, Mitch Mitchell and Noel Redding. On this album, my favorite track, Little Miss Strange, we also find the beautiful Burning of the Midnight Lamp and Voodoo Child in a slight return version, and also the song he lent from Bob Dylan, All Along the Watchtower. So this was part 1 of video 6 about a voice for vinyl today, the end of the 60s, beginning of the 70s records. We go on after a little break now. I'll be back. Watch the other part 2 of video 6, a voice for vinyl. Enjoy.